Good afternoon, welcome back to the channel. If you hear noise in the background, they are working on one of the roads kind of in front of the building, or on the side over here in front of me. I didn't really think that road needed to be fixed. I mean, there's plenty of other roads that I could give them a list to go fix, but they decide to fix the road that doesn't need to be fixed. But it's in front of the hospital, so probably someone from the hospital complained about one little baby pothole or one little dent on their BMW. That's just my opinion. It took, I swear to God, no lie, close to a year to fix a pothole in front of here. And the government didn't even fix it. The grocery store, they finally hired someone to fix it. They brought rock in and stuff. So, government sucks, we know that. Kyle Rittenhouse, right now, I made a couple videos the other day, and I decided to not post them because I wanted to kind of see the closing arguments and see what the judge would do. So they are in deliberation as of right now. So it could, they started what, at 10? I don't know what time, 10, 11 o'clock today. It's about 3:15 right now on a Tuesday. So they could come with a verdict today, tomorrow, next day. I don't know how long it would take them to do that. That being said, let's talk about a few things about this court case. I need a haircut, I think, again. My hair's bothering me. Just went to the gym, sweaty. Few things. One, the DA is Ass Jack. He is a clown, and literally, he had a bottle of, like one of those protein bottles about yay big, and it said on the side, soy something, which is pretty fitting. But you see the thing the other day when he did the closing arguments, and apparently, I don't really know everything about the courts. I do know they have closing arguments, but I didn't know they could rebuttal that. I didn't know they could come back. So that was interesting because I did not know they could do that. I don't know the law or how they could do that, but they did it. And for some reason, Kyle's lawyers didn't do it. So, that being said, he had the AR-15, the DA, and he literally had his finger on the trigger, pointing it, and you just don't do that. I mean, that's gun safety 101, but this guy doesn't have any idea about guns. The only reason why Kyle is facing the DA and facing persecution against the government and also against the media, the blue check marks, which I'm going to talk about, is because he's a white male, he's conservative, and that's basically, and he had a gun that they don't understand. Contrary to belief, if this was a black guy, conservative, AR-15, the exact same thing, they would do the exact same thing to him. It's kind of ridiculous that you cannot defend your life, and there's no age limit on self-defense. There's countless videos of little kids under the age of 10 defending their lives against kidnappers and running away from them and whatnot. Most notably, there was about 6 and 8 years old. The boy was a few years older than his sister, and he got viciously attacked by a dog. It was it was not a pit bull, by the way. It was not a pit bull, even though the media claims pit bulls are bad, but it was a different dog. I guess it was a wild dog or something, and it tried to attack his sister, and he tried to get the dog out of the way, and his whole face just stitches all down, probably multiple surgeries, probably the skull the rest of his life, but that was self-defense. Now, if he used a gun, still self-defense, doesn't matter. What is a gun? A gun, contrary to these idiots on social media, is an extension of your hand, extension of your fist, extension of your foot. Some of you guys may know, I'm a black belt in Taekwondo. I trained almost for 12 years in Taekwondo, but I still carry a gun. I mean, I have a 9 right here. Why would I carry a gun if I'm automatically bulletproof if I'm a black belt, which is not true? Why would I need a gun? You never know what you might face. I'd rather have a couple extra pounds on me and never need it than be bleeding out on the floor wishing I had it. And it doesn't mean that my skills suck or I suck or any of that. It means I could be on the other side of the grocery store when the shooting happens, or other side of a street, and I don't have time to run up to them, or If I do, I'm going to automatically get killed if I try to run up there and tackle him and do some type of takedown taekwondo stuff. But if I have my gun with me, which I highly suggest everyone carries religiously, I can shoot from a distance away, whatever that may be and whatever that needs to be. There's countless videos of people shooting close range, people shooting far away, the one Texas video of that guy that pulled out the shotgun in the church. One shot across the pews right in the head. No matter how much training you have, the adrenaline probably was in him, and he probably, you just have tunnel vision, but he did it perfectly. The one thing the media just pissed me off about is when Kyle got upset and started crying on the thing. I've never been in a self-defense situation. I don't want to be in a self-defense situation. I don't want anyone to deal with that. I don't want anyone to hurt anyone or kill anyone. And it's funny how everyone has become an expert on how he feels. No one knows how he feels, not even a psychologist. You don't know what affects you until it does. It might take months, it might take years. When my granddad died, he killed himself. It didn't really start affecting me until after my birthday, because that was the first birthday without him, and my granddad was everything to me. Like, he taught me everything. We disagreed on a little bit of politics, but he taught me everything about farming, chickens. We used to raise rabbits together, and he taught me everything. And when he died, and the way he died, just like that, it really upset me. But it wasn't until like 6 months later, and especially seeing it and seeing my mom the way she was and all that. So the concept of, well, you're not going to feel that way, or you're not going to be upset, or you're not going to cry, you don't know that. You just don't know that. Who was that? Someone's watching me make a video. I'm supposed to have a new student tonight, so they might be passing by, I don't know. But I'm like 2 hours early, so. That being said, I think it's funny how these blue check marks and these far leftists, which are completely mentally ill, they really do have a disease with them in their head. And you can't fix stupid. You ever heard that joke from Ron White? You really can't. These people are mentally ill. They have a condition. They are the most racist people, one of all. They claim that we are racist, but they are the most racist. And you have people making little TikTok videos trying to pick on Kyle for crying. And again, they never been in a self-defense situation. A lot of these assholes are protected by security. They are big, big blue check marks. They work for corporations. They work for Hollywood, so they can hire private security to protect them. Most people, most everyday people, don't have the money to hire security. You're not the Kardashians, or you're not the Gates, or you're not any of these politicians that are the best of the best. You have to protect yourself, and that requires self-defense training, such as Taekwondo, Aikido, blah, 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 whatever you like, and it requires you to carry a gun. You can carry a Glock, you can carry a Springfield, and I don't mind people debating, well, I carry 9, you carry 45, or blah, 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 having that debate, but, and just more of a joking debate. But people get really pissed over nothing. Really pissed on something they don't understand, especially these people that have no idea what a self-defense situation is. They have no idea what the law is. They have no idea why the judge, they still don't. They have no idea why the judge said what he said when the DA acted the way he did on his Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. That's for anyone. If you have a judge that allows that, just allows the DA or the attorneys to violate someone's Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, that judge should not be on trial, or that judge should not be up there. He should not be a judge. But that judge understands the Constitution, and blue check marks don't. It's like I said, it's a mental condition. They really have a mental condition. There was something else I wanted to say about that. The judge threw out the one gun charge. Contrary to these people's beliefs, and again, they don't research. And CNN has stated that the biggest thing, the threat to all this COVID stuff, is a statement made by right-wing extremists or anti-Vs. Do your own research. People will not take the time to do their own research on anything, especially the law, which I think is funny because they automatically go on Twitter. I mean, you had fucking dumbass Chinese lover LeBron James, that ass jack. You had him quoting something, and people, luckily, I don't watch fucking basketball. I have no clue about it. I don't really care about it. It's not the sport that I watch. Hell, I don't really watch any sports. I don't give a fuck about them. But every time he falls, he cries, basically, is the bottom line. But if one person cries, that, again, he never been in a self-defense situation, so he doesn't know how he's going to react. But they threw out, the judge threw out the gun case, or the gun charge. And contrary to belief, you can have a gun under the age of 18. I said it before, your parents or guardians have to kind of approve it, and they have to buy it for you. If you live in a freer state, it's kind of a lesser thing. For example, I have a shotgun back here under the seat. It's a 20 gauge single shot shotgun. I showed you guys that before on a video a long time ago. It's my go-to snake gun or possum gun if I'm not close by home, if I just need to grab the shotgun, right? I bought that when I was 17. Technically, because I didn't have enough cash on hand, my mother used her credit card, but the people was going to sell it to me anyway. People kind of look away at that. I mean, you're almost 18, you're going to buy it anyway. Now, based on my mom, I didn't have enough cash. She bought it for me, and I paid her back when I got home. So that was technically the first gun I ever bought, and it's a badass gun. It was an old gun. It's like, 1980s, something like that. It's not a name brand or anything, but I wanted it for a truck gun, and it works perfectly. But they threw this gun charge out, and CNN, I clicked on CNN the other day at lunchtime, and that lady, the expert, used that in real good quotations there, said loophole 5. I mean, she talked for no more than 2 minutes. She said loophole 5 times. She said assault rifle. She said something else that was stupid too. But it's a loophole. It's a loophole. No, it's not. It's not a loophole. It's not a loophole. It's the law. Now, do I agree with the law? Do I agree with the government giving us permission and all that? No. But if you want to be factual, read the law and see what it says. And it says that he can do that. You know, he can possess that AR-15. It's not against the law. The DA, only reason they try to charge it is because they want to measure it and make sure it wasn't a short barrel rifle or any, NFA or NFA requirements. But it wasn't. And she said loophole 5 times, which just made me want to slap her. I mean, but then she said, but in the same sentence, it's a loophole, but it's a legal loophole. Does that make any fucking sense? No, it does not. A legal loophole, a legal loophole, a loophole, in my opinion, is a way around the law, right? Is a way around something, such as, what a lot of these billionaires do with taxes. They find a tax loophole. They charged Kyle with that gun charge of possessing an AR-15, and there's, based on the law, he's legal to have it. So that's why they threw it out. But they are apparently protecting the judge now. He's under full protection, probably by the state police or something now, because they are threatening his life. They said he should be disbarred or kicked out because he, somewhat understands the Constitution. Well, at least a lot more than that idiot DA. But I just think it's funny that these blue check marks really and truly believe they are right. They really and truly believe their way's the only way, and they have no fucking idea what they're talking about. And, if they all just went away one day, I wouldn't complain. I think really and truly, I am very surprised that technology has not failed yet. We have not been hacked, because if we get hacked and all the Twitter, social media, everything just went dark, and this phone wasn't here and I couldn't make videos, and you couldn't even go to Walmart, you have to stay home, live off the land kind of deal, it would actually be better because these blue check marks wouldn't be interfering with people's lives. A lot of people get their news from blue check marks, and it's really unfortunate that that's the way society is. They refuse to research it themselves. This person told me this person told me that, or I watch CNN, so I know the facts. They've been caught lying through their teeth multiple times. They have been sued multiple times, and most recently lost a lawsuit and had to pay a shitload of money. And see what happens with Kyle. He's going to be suing. Hopefully he sues Moms and Man Action. I can't wait for that. Because Moms and Man Action was the first one that said he was a domestic terrorist. No, he's not. Just because he's a white male, he's conservative, and he has a gun that they don't like. And really and truly, if you really think about it, the only reason why, and of course my subs probably know this, but I'm going to say it anyway. The only reason why they don't like AR-15s, the only reason why Bill Gates and Bloomberg and Soros and all these head honchos wants to ban AR-15s and wants to restrict them more and more and more, is because they know those type weapons, those semi-automatic rifles, are the rifles that will win the war. They will. Contrary to belief, they are stupid. These people are stupid. They do have a mental illness, but they are actually somewhat smart. They are not. They are stupid because they like dictatorship, but they know how to enforce dictatorship. They know how to make the Republicans support the cops, and at the same time they pretend they hate the cops, but at the same time they like the cops. It's genius, honestly. And it's a playbook directly from Hitler. It's for your safety. It's just for your safety. Go on the train ride. It's just for your safety. It's never going to fucking end. AR-15s, semi-automatic rifles, semi-automatic shotguns, any type of long-barreled thing that can especially shoot a slug, just one projectile, buckshot too, whatnot, but are the best tool we have against tyranny. And if they take that away, that single shot shotgun in the back of the truck is nothing. I use that for snakes. Snakes are not armed, other than their teeth, but I'm not going to get that close, or their fangs. They're not armed with bulletproof vest and night vision and all that shit, And that, why do you think every time a mass shooting happens, especially when the mass shooter has ammo, or not ammo, a bulletproof vest, they try to ban bulletproof vest? Why do you think that? The only reason they want to ban bulletproof vests, the only reason why they don't want citizens to have bulletproof vests, is if citizens don't have vests, then we are more likely to automatically go away in one or two shots. We are not likely to bounce back, right? We are not protected in the sense of what we should be compared to the police department, compared to whoever they bring in to control us and corral us and send us off to slaughter. That's the mentality. Last point of this video, I'm sorry it's long, but if you stuck with me this long, I appreciate it. Freedom Inc. said this a long time ago, and I completely agree with him. I said something about Hitler before. Well, you're still there? Move the phone and I drop it. There we go. Still playing. Freedom Inc. said, we are in the early 30s of Hitler Germany, and that's very true. You really have to think about it. Who are the Jews today? Who are the people being persecuted and yelled at constantly? White males and women, but mainly males. Conservative, libertarian, constitutionalist, Republicans, but definitely the people that are more extreme Republicans. Definitely the people that understand the Constitution more. Definitely the people that carry a gun religiously every day. Definitely the people that hate the ATF, that hate most of the things the government does, and definitely the people now that are unV'd. They have used that as like a scarlet letter almost. If you're unV'd, you basically have an invisible scarlet letter, because the people that are V'd, the people that freely got it and did it because of good reasons, or did it because they like being controlled by the government, they take selfies with their little piece of paper. They look at me, I got this because I'm a fucking idiot. So we are the ones being persecuted. We should see this. We should open our eyes and wait a minute. It's been not even 100 years. Been 80 approximately? Something like that. since this happened. And it's happening again, just in a little bit different way. Are we too naive or too stupid to not see the truth? They have plans. They really have plans. Look at the shit that's going on in Australia. Look at the shit that's going on in New Zealand. Look at the shit that's going on in Canada. That stuff is trickling to us. That stuff, I mean, I have a few people actually that live in California. And it's mandated, I guess, by the first of the year that everyone that works for the state school, if you work for a school, if you work for a state hospital, whatever it may be, has to be VE'd, or you're automatically fired. My question is, if 10% of the teachers walk out and say no, that's going to hurt the kids. That's going to hurt their learning. And we have problems with education, don't get me wrong, but you really want to save the kids. You want to protect the kids. You want to educate society, right? You're going to throw 10% of the teachers away because they stand up for their beliefs. And now you're going to have bigger classrooms, all right? You're going to have kids that, because of the bigger classrooms, can't learn, at least not as good, so they don't comprehend it. So you ruin their kids' basically education. I think a lot of people are going to homeschool, and I definitely see, if I ever have kids, that's the way to go. I know some people personally that's made that decision within the last 2 years especially, to homeschool, and they just seen a big fucking improvement. Because it's more one-on-one, and you have, in South Carolina, you have 3 different options for homeschool. So 3 different criterias for homeschool, and then within those types of homeschools, you pick what you want to do, basically. So you can go through the state, you can go through a private school that's homeschooled, or you can kind of make your own curriculum, but you just have to follow the guidelines. And a lot of people do that third one, and they get more educated. I have a lot of homeschool kids that do Taekwondo with me, and I train, and they do very well, and top of the class. So anyway, you guys have a great day. Stay armed. I will keep, pay attention to what's going on with Kyle. The National Guard's there for a reason. They are not there, contrary to the media's belief, for Trump supporters. No matter what happens, there's going to be riots. It might be just one little fire, it might be 2, but I wouldn't, it's a peaceful protest. They are partying because he went to prison, or they are mad because he didn't go to prison. I mean, it's a reason to loot, it's a reason to kill, and if you have that mindset that you have to beat someone half to death, you really need to see a psychologist. Have a great day. I will see you guys later.